Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the HOD of the PSP. Like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, enable notifications to receive all the updates from the content on the channel. Of course, unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing a podcast episode today. I couldn't do it. I have commitments, but I was able to do this and record this reaction to the Champions League draw, which just, of course, have been held in the UEFA headquarters, and it resulted in pretty decent games, I suppose. I mean, personally, for me as a Bayern fan, I would think that we avoided the grimmest of fates in the draw by facing either Real Madrid or Man City. Even Liverpool would have been a really bad draw, in my opinion. We said, we had the easiest, I would say, of draws possibly getting. Let's rattle the games first. It was Chelsea drawn against Real Madrid, of course, Man City versus Atletico Madrid, Villarreal against Bayern, of course, and Benfica are going to be playing against Liverpool. So it's a big, some big fixtures waiting us in the quarterfinals. The top two games, at the very least, Chelsea versus Real Madrid and City versus Atletico, are really a couple of, let's say, heavy hitters in relationship to what we could have got in this draw. Generally speaking, it's a draw that I think, it doesn't give Villarreal and Benfica a chance, doesn't it? Villarreal play the first game in Spain. Bayern Munich are not Juventus. I applaud them really for eliminating Juventus, but again, Juventus are not exactly the same level as Bayern Munich, or I would say they're not as organized as Bayern Munich could be at their very best. And I know that Bayern Munich are facing a lot of troubles and injuries at the moment, and they're not going through the best of periods. But I think even so, Bayern Munich are still favourites to win over Villarreal. City over Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid, after eliminating the red side of Manchester, now they clash into the blue side of Manchester, which is a game that I think is much harder, and I think Atletico Madrid will need to dig deep in this game, of course, to try and make something out of it. And I think they have a little bit of advantage when it comes to this one, because the first game is going to be in England, on the Etihad Stadium, and the second leg is going to be at the Wanda Metropolitano. So maybe Diego Simeone could be repeating a masterpiece again against another Manchester side. Chelsea versus Real Madrid, a repeat of the semi-final, of course, and unfortunately it seems at the moment that the game is going to be played without supporters from Chelsea because of the whole sanction situations and no tickets allowed. Obviously they'll try and look it up and try to figure out what's going to happen, but it looks for the moment that we're going to be seeing that game without spectators, albeit it's a big and a massive tie between, of course, two former PSG managers in Thomas Tuchel and Carlo Ancelotti. Chelsea, who came in from eliminating Lille in a pretty easy draw in the round of 16. Real Madrid with the miracle against PSG at the Bernabeu and the turnaround and Karim Benzema's hat-trick and all of that. It is a brilliant game awaiting us, and I think there's loads to unpack from here until the quarterfinal, of course, where the game is going to be taking place in middle of April, of course. For the last game, the fourth one, it is Benfica versus Liverpool. I'm not going to say a lot about this. I think Liverpool are way clear ahead of Benfica in terms of favouritism. They're better than them. They're really a side that looks really, just in form at the moment. And maybe the only slight negative for Liverpool is that they have a lot on their plate. They have the FA Cup, they're still in the Premier League title race, which is probably going to take a lot of them, but also the Champions League is a big competition to play forward to. They still have to play on three fronts at the moment, and maybe it will take a little bit out of Liverpool's form and fitness and maybe focus. It will be detracted from the Premier League and from the FA Cup. So overall, 4 games that I would say, I'm personally, as I mentioned again, satisfied with a draw. We got the easiest of draws, particularly in relationship to the semi-final that we could play. Of course, semi-finals are also as well. City Atletico, the winner will play the winner from Chelsea Real Madrid. So there's there's 4 potential big games in that semi-final: City Real Madrid, City Chelsea, Atletico Real Madrid, Madrid derby, and Atletico Madrid versus Chelsea, all of which are going to be big semi-finals. And for the second half of the bracket, it will be Bayern Munich, Villarreal. The winners from that game will meet Benfica versus Liverpool. The only big game that could really come up out of this draw is Bayern Munich-Liverpool, and mostly that's what I'd expect to see in the semi-final. So the first half of the bracket, the City Atletico, Chelsea Real Madrid winners, it's really open, and I'm still not going to make my predictions yet for that one, but I think for the second half and the third and the fourth quarterfinal, I can comfortably say that it's going to be Bayern and Liverpool seeing each other in the semi-finals of the competition. That's it for this video. Like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, enable notifications again to receive all the updates. Follow us on social media. I didn't make a podcast episode, but hopefully I will make an African one on Sunday as well, and we'll be returning to normal on Monday. That's it. Until next time, I'll see you soon.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.